Not understanding how manifestation works, or at the very least, feeling like you don't understand it or that there is a missing key, can be one of the most frustrating experiences of this process. No matter how much effort you put in, you second guess yourself. No matter how much effort you put in, maybe you get opposite results. Maybe you get slow movement and just don't know how to continue on a momentous path. I've been there and I completely understand where you're at right now, and I would like to help you in this video. So if you feel like you're ready to break through a potential barrier that is stopping you from getting your manifestation, then you need to watch to the end of this one. Hi everyone, my name is Matthew and I am now your best manifestation coach. Now I show up 3 times a week, unless something comes up, on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays to provide you the best, most informative and practical manifestation advice so that you can finally get on the right path to create the right outcomes with confidence. So if that's something that you feel you need in a channel, it would massively benefit you to subscribe to this one and click that bell icon when you do. As you're enjoying this video, if you could drop me a like and a comment just to let me know what you liked about it, or if you have any questions, by all means put them down below and you'll get some answers. Sorry for the bing bong. But thank you so much for your time. Into this video. So I've spoken about this concept before of the unwritten contract of if I do X, then I will get Y. This causes a lot of frustration within people trying to manifest because of the very implications of it. Now, don't get me wrong. Yes, we do the manifestation work to impress our subconscious mind, which creates an outcome. So practically, we are doing X, manifestation work, to get Y, an outcome. But what we need to remember is that manifestation is all about being the version who has that which you desire to have, the thing, and then it reflects. So while we are doing X to get Y, what we're actually trying to do is be X who already has Y, which is why we get that Y. So we're not doing the manifestation work, the techniques, the affirmations and so on to get a relationship. We're aiming to do the manifestation work because we have the relationship and we're reminding ourselves of that truth, which subsequently shows the subconscious mind that we are that which we desire to be, which creates it. When we're doing something to get something, if we don't get something, of course, frustration comes, doubt comes, fear comes, those kind of negative responses. You know, if I show up at the gym every day for a year and I don't make progress, I'm gonna start doubting that I'm doing it right, or I'm gonna start feeling frustrated. If I sit at my desk for hours on end trying to study for an exam and I just can't get the concept into my head, I'm gonna feel frustrated. I'm gonna feel anxious. I'm gonna feel doubtful that it's even working. So of course, when we're doing something to get something, if it doesn't get us that something, it's natural to have those negative responses. That's why, in order to avoid that, you should do it because it's who you are. Before I get onto that, I want to explain why doing it to get something can cause that frustration in a sense of why it doesn't create. When you're doing it to get something, depending on how consistent you are at focusing on it, you're simultaneously coming from the space of not having. Now, of course, the very act of putting yourself in that end state is sort of overwriting that. But if you come from the perspective of, I still don't have it, what more can I do? Why don't I have it? I'm doing all of this. And you come from that consciousness, you're saying, I don't have, which is why I'm doing to get. But you get more of what you are, not what you want. So when you are coming from the space of, I must do this, otherwise I won't get it, or how much more of this have I got to do to get it, and things of that nature, your subconscious mind is picking up on the consciousness of, I don't have, I must do. Which is why you may find that results come sort of few and far between because of your conscious state of being. Of course, if you go at it from the perspective of, I'm doing my work and you're just letting things flow, then that's perfectly fine. It's only when we start seeing it as I must do this to get it, and we're coming from that not having it space, that it becomes a problem. But the way that I recommend overcoming this, and the thing that really helped it click for me, was the fact of we are reclaiming who we already are. But in this version, we already are that who has what we desire to have. This goes in combination with the question I get a lot of, why do I need to do techniques if when I have my desire, I wouldn't be affirming? The reason why is because when you have your desire, you naturally think as that version. You naturally see them as your boyfriend or girlfriend. You're naturally showing up to that job. You naturally live in that home. You naturally are the version you desire to be. That's why you don't need to do conscious affirming or conscious visualization or conscious anything, because it's already your consciousness. When trying to create it, we are consciously thinking as though we would if we had our desire to step into internally being that which we desire to be. So yes, you wouldn't be affirming in your end result, more than likely, because you'd already have it, which means your natural thoughts would already reflect that of having it. You're trying to do the same thing now by creating a new set of thoughts, feelings, and awareness by consciously affirming inner conversations, visualizing, and so on. But remember, we're not doing it to get an outcome. We're doing it because that's who we are. We already have the relationship, so we are reclaiming it through affirmation. We already have this relationship, so we see things that show that. We already have this relationship, so we have inner conversations with our partner. That is the shift that made a massive difference for me. Instead of doing the manifestation work to get a result, which if it works, great. If it doesn't, causes frustration, which of course then has that snowball spiral effect of, well, it's not working, manifestation doesn't work, because you're sitting in that space, you get less results, and so on. And instead go from the angle of, this is who I am, that's why I reaffirm it. I already have that relationship, that's why I visualize it. And just enjoy the work you are doing, because it leads to an outcome anyway. Let me put it into a slight sort of analogy sense and see if this helps it even more. If I was walking somewhere, let's say 10 kilometers from where I am, quite a long walk, and all I'm thinking about is getting there. What I'll do when I get there, the food that I'm going to eat, getting the boots off that are now hurting my feet because I've been walking for so long. And all I'm thinking about is getting there to avoid being where I am. That walk is going to feel like an absolute drag. And when I see that I've still got another 4 kilometers to go, why is this not working? Or how much longer is this going to take? I'm bored of this, which is the doing to get outcome. But if I went on that same 10 kilometer walk, but I vowed to myself that I was going to really soak in the nature. Let's just say a really nice forest, just for the purposes of this analogy. I was going to soak in the nature. I was going to maybe stop for a nice little drink and just really absorb my surroundings, listen to some music, listen to a podcast, maybe even plan some of my business stuff that I want to work on. And I enjoy the journey. A, it makes the journey much better. B, I'll get there before I know it because time flies when you're having fun. And C, I will still get there. If I'm taking the right route, I will get to the right journey, whether I'm only focusing on the end or whether I'm enjoying the process to get there. When it comes to manifestation, the thing that I've seen across many people that I've worked with isn't so much that they're doing the wrong work, because actually a lot of your routines are quite solid. Many of you actually do more work than I do when it comes to manifestation routines. But it's you have equal or more opposition coming in. And in a lot of cases, it's, I hate this routine, but I have to do it to get a desire. Which means you're already going into the work with that mindset of, I don't want to do this, but I have to. If I don't, I won't get a result. Which Doing the work may overwrite because you're still placing yourself in that state of consciousness. But if once you're done, you immediately go back to, well, where is it then? Why is it not here? You're just uprooting everything you've done. And that is something that I see quite a lot in clients, and I actually think is the biggest problem. So if you want to shift that up, do the manifestation work from a place of joy, reclaiming who you are, peace, being that version and enjoying it up here, knowing that it's still going to create out there. In fact, knowing that likelihood of it creating is higher because you're not creating a need for it to reflect out there to be content. When you need something out there to be happy, that's when you feel it in that space of lack of not having. Whereas if you can just simply enjoy the scenes, enjoy the affirmations because that's who you are, you will find that you will still get the result because you are still thinking from an abundant space. But if anything, you'll actually get the result easier and more efficiently because you're putting less need on the 3D to change to make you feel that peace, joy, and happiness, therefore allowing the subconscious mind to create it because you get what you are, not what you want. I want it to happen out there so I can feel happy, which is synonymous to I don't currently feel happy because I don't have it out there. If I don't currently feel happy because I don't have it out there, I am unhappy. I get more unhappiness. Whereas if I can come from it from the angle of not even bothering to look out there, if possible, because I love being in here, I love seeing this relationship in here, it feels amazing, that reflects out there because you are happy, because you have what you desire to have up here, and your subconscious mind does not know that what's out there, what is in here are different things. So if you can make the conscious effort to shift up how you approach the work that you do and come more from this, I am that, so I do this, as opposed to I don't have that, so I do it to get it, you will have a much more enjoyable journey and much more success. That is a promise. And if you're still unsure as to if you would even do this work, if you had your desire, if someone was to say, are you single? You'd say, no, I'm in a relationship with, and then say their name. Or no, I'm happily married. Or no, I'm this, no, I'm that. So yes, you would still affirm, it would just be more situational. But we do this work to consciously align to the version of us that we would be. If you would naturally think as though you have this relationship because you have it, your aim now is to consciously think as though you have this relationship because you have it. Therefore, aligning you to that version, getting you the same consequences. I really hope this has helped you. It was massive for me when it finally clicked, so I really hope that it has for you, and I intend that it does. If you have enjoyed this video, please drop me a like and a comment to let me know. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and be sure to click that bell icon. Check out the memberships that are linked below. And if you need one-to-one help with your situation to break down the barriers that are stopping you from getting what you want, also down below is all the links to my website and my services where I can help you with just that. But thank you so much for being here today. Bye-bye.